Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's seminar at the Spark 2021 Sony virtual event. I hope you've all been able to explore the event and the virtual spaces. Today, we have a really great seminar for you. It's on crystal LED, and it's going to be hosted by my colleague, Yoshi. So right now, I'm going to pass over to my colleague, Yoshi. And if you have any questions, ask them in the bar on the side, because we will do a Q&A at the end. So Yoshi, I pass it over to you now.
Okay, thank you, Carl, for the introduction. Okay, so again, my name is Yoshi Koike, and I'm a product manager of new Crystal LED video wall. So first of all, welcome to Spark 2021, and I hope you will enjoy this great virtual event. So in today's webinar, first I will touch upon Sony's large display portfolio, and second, I will talk about new Crystal LED video wall overview, and then finally, I will cover some technical information as well. Throughout the presentation, feel free to ask any question in the question box on the right side and on the live streaming, and I will answer them at the end of the Q&A session. Okay, so yeah, before going into detail about the new Crystal LED video, let me briefly touch upon Sony's large display portfolio. So as you can see from this slide, Sony has a comprehensive display portfolio, including flat panel and direct view LED business projector and simulation projector, and also home cinema projector. So I think what really makes Sony unique is we have both direct view displays and the projectors. And our wide range of products utilize core Sony display technology, such as SXRD and X1 processor and 3LCD, and also 4K HDR technology. So each product category has a range of sizes and specification for installation and application flexibility to meet the customer's requirement and the installation challenges. And what really great is we can enhance each display technology by offering with professional solutions like TEOS and broad compatibility, and also we provide robust services as well. And thanks to this wide range of display lineups, and we can cover any corporate segment spaces such as lobby, meeting room, boardroom, and auditorium, and also common areas. And display can be a core element to inspire and engage visitors and the employees and communicate across site, and enables ways to share ideas amongst workers. In the media segment, we see the increased demands for high quality display, and we can cover a wide range of spaces such as LED backdrop and virtual production, and which is a great trend in content creation, and also post-production spaces by Crystal LED and projectors, and also Sony's professional monitors. So today I'm going to cover Sony Crystal LED history and key updates and some important benefit of a new series so that you get familiar with the system. So before going into detail, let me start by showing a quick video to showcase how Sony has been evolving display technology.
With a long history of innovation and milestones in display technology, Sony brought you the world's first direct view portable transistor TV, and later introduced you to the popular Bravia series, which combined powerful processing with ultimate picture quality for a vivid and realistic sensory experience that transports viewers. Sony also pioneered the first micro LED technology, which led to the development of our modular crystal LED direct view display, providing captivating imagery with amazing contrast, precise color reproduction, and immersive visuals. Join us as we unveil the next Sony breakthrough in premium direct view display technology designed to faithfully bring content to life as the creator intended.
Okay, thank you for watching. So we finally announced a new Crystal LED globally prior to CES, and I think you could see how Sony has been evolving display technology, and Sony has a long history of display, and how we came up with a modular type structure or professional LED and for commercial industry.
With a
Okay, so talking about the previous Crystal LED, we really have a solid customer base on a global basis. And here are some examples. And he was definitely image quality. And if you have seen Crystal LED video walls, you should have been amazed by the image quality and seamless images. The image quality was really very much accepted. And we also saw a big trend in virtual, which people try to transform actual objects or scenes into a digital world. And here I'm showing some of our customers, including automotive, museum, broadcast, and corporate segment. And for example, in automotive segment, and Honda and Mitsubishi use the Crystal LED video wall as a power wall. Instead of creating a clay mock-up, they use a video wall by rendering they use the video wall by rendering car design in real time. So in this way, they can get together to discuss the texture of cars and the colors of the car. And in this way, they can reduce the total cost of ownership while reducing the lead time of car design drastically. In corporate segment, so here's an example from OVG Edge Technology in Amsterdam, Netherlands. And they use a video wall to showcase a precise building plan in their boardroom. And I think even from this picture, so you can see great precise images here. And Shiseido used a video wall to showcase their product concept in the lobby of their global innovation centers in a large size, so that they can attract and engage their visitors to the showroom for amazing image quality. And here, Fox Turkey used a Crystal LED video wall for their LED backdrop and for their top-rated evening news programs. And finally, so this is the latest case, and Netflix announced they would use the Crystal LED video wall for their special screening room for critical viewing purpose. So you can see Crystal LED in this image. And so this was really a breakthrough for content creation to realize amazing image quality in the screening room at their headquarters. Okay, so again, the important point was really the amazing image quality. And when we think about the next generation of Crystal LED, the key is to bring the immersive experience for even wider customer. Here's the approach we took. The ultimate goal is to realize overwhelming image quality with much easier installation and maintenance. And looking at the previous Crystal LED, the image quality is really fantastic. However, we had challenges in prices and installation. Here, we will be using a new micro LED, and we newly developed a processor X1 for Crystal LED to improve image processing. We are also going to adapt a new mechanical structure to overcome challenges in price and installation. So in short, the next generation of Crystal LED is to achieve the great balance of overwhelming image quality at tissue reduction with much easier installation, maintenance, and high reliability. And also to widen our customer reaches, we are going to have a total of 4 display types. First, we will have 2 series with 2 unique characteristics. C series represent high contrast and deep black coating. And B series represent high brightness and anti-reflection coating. Second, we're gonna have 2 pixel pitches, 1.2 and 1.5 millimeter respectively. C series has 800 candela per square meter with over 1 million versus 1 super high contrast ratio for image quality sensitive application, such as industrial design and corporate lobby, showroom, and boardroom. And B series has 1800 candela per square meter for applications under lots of light or applications which video walls are used for shooting. The application can be corporate lobby. And also here, we actually developed B series in collaboration with Sony Pictures Entertainment for virtual production market to capture the great demands of content creators in this segment. So the key is image quality. First, newly developed processor, newly developed processor X1 for Crystal LED has all the bells and whistles like reality creation, motion flow, and super bit mapping. First, reality creation is a database type super resolution function. And by analyzing input signals and comparing with the database, the processor upscales the image to best possible image quality. And the motion flow is to smooth the image and for blur-free images. And the video wall is also compatible with a high frame rate for up to 120p as well. And it also supports super bit mapping for 22-bit processing for rich gradation expression as well. And another key is super high contrast. Thanks to micro LED and signal processing, and it gives super high contrast. In industry, people usually only focus on pixel pitches, but contrast is really the key to provide three-dimensional images. And we have a selection of C series for high contrast and B series for high brightness. Both series are compatible with 4K HDR as well as hybrid log gamma. Okay, so next, let me show a preliminary spec comparison. On the left side is current Crystal LED GRD2, and in the center is standard LED. On the right side are 2 of new series for new Crystal LED. First, both C series and B series use micro LED and in 2 pixel pitches. And C series has 800 candela per square meter over 1 million versus 1 contrast ratio. And B series has 1800 candela per square meter with a very low reflection on the surface. Both series are supported by a new processor, X1 for Crystal LED, as well as a new driver for 22-bit super bit mapping. And both are compatible with HDR and high dynamic range. And installation flexibility and maintenance are other key improvements. Current Crystal LED requires spaces on the backside, and it also requires a fan to cool down. And on the other hand, the new Crystal LED doesn't require a fan or air conditioning, and it can be wall mounted. The adjustment and installation is really straightforward, and there's no need for special tools, just a general tool for LED video wall and screwdrivers. And the power supply can be flexible, and it can get access from the front side for installation and maintenance. And the power consumption is around 20% lower than the current Crystal LED, which is really critical for large size display installation. And this is a modular type structure, and one cabinet size is around 27-inch. And by tiling cabinet horizontally and vertically, you can create any sizes and aspect ratio. Here are some examples. of sizes. For the pixel pitch 1.2 millimeter, 110 inch is for Full HD, and 220 inch is for 4K resolution. And if you put additional cabinets horizontally, you can also make 8K by 2K video wall for panoramic images, as shown in this example. For pixel pitch 1.5, 137 inches for Full HD and 275 inches for native 4K resolution. And one controller can handle up to 4K signals by HDMI and DisplayPort. And you can connect up to 20 controllers for a gigantic LED video wall. This is another way to see the sizes. And as I mentioned, for pixel pitch 1.2 millimeter, 110 is for Full HD and 220 is for 4K resolution. And for pixel pitch 1.5, 137 is Full HD and 275 inches 4K. However, so you can also choose any sizes in between, such as 165 inch for 3K for pixel pitch 1.2. And this controller can handle 4K signals to map out to display cabinet. So in that sense, any sizes shown here are 4K compatible, and you can choose sizes to meet the limitation of installation spaces, such as ceiling height and the width of the room or the wall. So let me talk about system configuration. This slide shows an example of a 4K video wall for pixel pitch 1.2. First, you can connect video server and with a display controller through a single HDMI, single display port, or a dual display port. And then you can connect the display controller with each display cabinet by Ethernet cables. And then, so you can connect each display cabinet within the wall by daisy chain, by Ethernet cable here. So one display cabinet size is approximately 600 millimeter width and 340 millimeter height. And it's around 27 inch. And you can connect those cabinets by daisy chain for power and signals, as I mentioned. So this is for a controller. One controller is a 19-inch rack size, and it has 2 HDMI cables and 2 display ports. And you can also control the display controller over network by Ethernet cables. And here is a quick overview of the signal compatibility. As I mentioned, one controller can handle up to 4K signals. And also by using 2 display ports, you can also send 4K 120p signals to the video wall as well. And for signal configuration, we have a powerful online configurator tool for LED video wall. And you can configure by the number of cabinet or by the display size. And you can also customize the images on the display to suit your application for broadcast or corporate lobby or any other application you can think of for to see the images of video wall in your offices, or to showcase the images to your customers, depending on the situation. So as I mentioned, the installation is very much straightforward. So only minimal backspace is required because access is only from the front side for installation and maintenance. And it's fanless, quiet design, and the weight is over 10% less than the current crystal LED, and no special tools are required for the installation. And the wall can be wall mounted and with a really thin wall depth from the wall. And also it can be installed in a curved installation configuration as well. So here is a summary of a new crystal LED video wall. First, it's super high contrast with high dynamic range thanks to micro LED and Sony's powerful image processing X14 crystal LED. Second, the key is a newly developed processor X14 crystal LED for crisp, accurate and rich expression. Third, it's now much easier and more flexible in installation and maintenance by adapting a new mechanical structure. So last but not least, here is a schedule. So we are going to start shipping the crystal LED late summer this year. So only several months ahead. And we will get demo unit in July. So in any opportunities or any project, please reach out to account managers for demos and price quote and any technical inquiry, so that we can get together to get back to you, to make sure your project will be successful. Okay, so this is for my presentation, and I think I would like to take some questions if we have. Okay, Carl.
Yes, so I am back. I'm just back in the portal checking the questions that we have. Let me just go through the list. We've got quite a few here. So we've got one here. Are technical drawings available for the CLED crystal LED cabinets? Is an install manual available?
Yes. So first, we have technical drawing for all cabinet controllers and etc. So we can provide CAD drawing and for 2D and 3D. So just let us know, what you need. And also talking about the installation manual, we have some installation procedure document right now, and we are going to provide an official installation manual later on. So on this topic as well. So please let us know, and we will provide to make sure so you get familiar with technical information and the installation procedure.
Okay, great. Thank you. This same person has another question. Who can install these panels, and is Sony planning to train others on the installation of these panels?
Yes, so we are planning to have some training and support for system integrators, and so that system integrator can install the video wall, without any, fears, so with great confidence. So yes, we will provide training for system integrators. But again, the LED video wall installation itself is very much straightforward. So I don't think it would need much training, but it's basic training so that you get confident.
Okay, we have another question here. Which model would you consider to be the best for large display screening room application?
For screening room, I think the key is accurate image quality and high dynamic range. So I would recommend C series, because C series has high contrast over 1 million versus 1 with deep black coating. So C series should be really the best fit for screening room application.
Okay, great. There's another one here. If you're creating a large video wall, how does crystal LED compare in terms of weight, mounting cost, and so on, to a video wall made up of LCD flat panels?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when people talk about the video, yes, as you mentioned, so there are two types of video. One is direct view LED video and LCD video. The advantage of direct view LED is the seamless images. So you can actually see the direct LED video as a single display. And we also really care about the seamless images in our engineering. So that is the advantage. And in terms of weight and mount cost, so for cost-wise and also weight-wise, and the LCD flat panels have advantages because it's basically flat panel, and by having several flat panels, so you can make a video. However, you always see some bezels or some borders between display. So it doesn't give wow effect to visitors. But I think it's a balance between cost and what you want to achieve in the application.
Okay, thanks. There's another question about mounting. Could you talk a little bit more about mounting? Do you recommend third-party framing?
Yes. First, so we have been working with global mounting manufacturers, and so we will certify several mounting systems. So system integrator or end customer can basically choose their favorable mounting companies from. And also we are going to prepare a bundled package model, and which include mounting solution as well. So you can choose both way. And first, just use some mount from a market, or we can provide a bundle package with a mount. And the mount system is really straightforward. So it has some wall mount, and then so there's an attachment between the mount frame and the display cabinet. So you can attach, and then you can adjust X, Y, Z adjustment.
Okay. We've got a question here on pricing. How can we get pricing on panels and purchase?
So first, for pricing, so it depends on customers or situation or installation conditions. So please reach out to account managers, and we will follow up based on your conditions, such as aspect ratio, sizes, and pixel pitches, and any of technical system configuration. So please reach out to account managers.
Okay. This is another question. What does the interconnect cabling for both power and signal look like between the processor and the panels?
So yeah, as I mentioned in the presentation, first, between controller and display cabinet is Ethernet cables, and you can connect with the cable, and the length can be maximum 10 meters. And then between cabinet on the video wall, and you can use Ethernet cable Cat7 for signals, and also power cables for power. And the power cable has a female and a male interface to connect with for daisy chain.
Okay. Another question on sort of installation. It says once it's installed, is maintenance front or rear access?
It's only front side, and so you can you can get access on from the front side. So if module has an issue, and you can replace a module, only module with a module remover, and if a cabinet or some signal has issue, and you can take a module, and then you can take other part from the front side to get to the part for the replacement or for the repair. So everything can be from the front side for easiness.
Okay, so from the front. Okay. I have another question here. Can the cabinets be utilized in portrait mode?
That's a good question. In short answer, no, because from a safety standard point of view, so the cabinet is designed to install on the portrait, not portrait, landscape mode. So we cannot guarantee the safety and the performance when it's used in portrait mode. So it can be used only in landscape mode.
Okay. We have a question here from, I think, someone in the Netherlands. Can the B and C series be used for 24/7 operation?
That's a good question. So we have not finalized all the specification, and so yeah, we will get back to you about the 24/7 operation or other operation details. So I hope we can finalize all the specification in the beginning or middle of May.
Okay, great.
So we will get back to you.
There's another question here. How can we connect more than one controller to give us the big screen?
So the connection between a controller and display cabinet are Ethernet cables, and then you can add another controllers and then connect with this other display cabinet through Ethernet cables. So by doing so, you can basically expand the size and resolution of the display video wall. And the maximum number of display controller is 20 controller. And one controller can handle up to 4K resolution. So basically, I think in realistic scenarios, so by adding display controller and by connecting with display cabinet through Ethernet cable, so you can make a gigantic images.
Okay. Now, there's quite a few questions here. There's another question here. What is the color space? DCI-P3, Rec 709, REC in 2020. There's a few comments there. So what's the color space?
Well, the final specification has not been finalized. However, we are of course targeting very wide color space, so it should be much wider than Rec 709. And for the HDR signal, we will emulate BT 2020 color space. And for the native color space or DCI-P3 color space, we haven't finalized the coverage ratio of the color space, but we will soon finalize and
okay.
Yeah, let you know.
Okay, let's take one last question. Just so the call's already gone for 40 minutes. Now, any other questions that are there, I can get back to you. We'll contact you. So we've got one last question here. Can it do 3D, and if so, at what resolution?
Yes, the video is compatible with 3D, and the maximum resolution is 4K 3840 by 20 by 60. And by having two display ports, and you can realize 4K 3D, active 3D in 4K resolution.
Okay. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. I hope everyone joined the seminar. And Yoshi, any final words before we end the seminar?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for joining this webinar, and I'm really glad to see so many questions here. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions and new project opportunity, so please let us know, so that we can work together to make sure you will be successful for the project. And we are keen to support you in that aspect. Thank you very much.